What if gambling is not really about money? What if people keep betting after losing because they are chasing something deeper than profit? Why do human beings return to a game that has already hurt them, disappointed them, and taken from them? At first, gambling looks irrational. A person loses money, feels the pain, sees the evidence, and still comes back. From the outside, it seems absurd. Why repeat a losing behavior? Why trust a system built to take more than it gives? Why keep hoping when the pattern is already clear? But the answer is more complex than simple stupidity. Because gambling does not survive by logic. It survives by psychology. The human brain is not designed to evaluate uncertainty in a cold and perfectly rational way. It is designed to respond to reward, possibility, pattern, and emotional relief. And gambling activates all of them at once. Scientific research suggests that uncertain rewards can be especially powerful for the brain. A reward that comes every time is satisfying, but a reward that might come can become hypnotic. The uncertainty itself becomes part of the attraction. The mind leans forward, attention narrows, hope intensifies. The next moment begins to feel charged with possibility. This is one reason gambling can become so difficult to resist. It does not just offer money, it offers anticipation, and anticipation is emotionally potent. In many cases, the strongest chemical and psychological pull does not happen when a person wins. It happens just before the outcome is revealed. In that suspended moment, the future is still open. Loss has not yet arrived. Reality has not yet closed. Anything still feels possible. That moment is small, but powerful. It keeps the nervous system engaged. It teaches the person to crave not only victory, but suspense itself. This helps explain why people keep gambling after losing. Because the behavior is not only reinforced by reward, it is reinforced by possibility. A losing person does not always feel finished. Often they feel close, and feeling close can be enough to keep the cycle alive. The human mind is deeply vulnerable to near misses. A result that almost becomes a win can feel strangely encouraging, even when it is objectively still a loss. A number was one digit away. The horse came second. The card almost turned. The machine almost paid. The bet almost landed. Rationally, a near miss changes nothing. But psychologically, it can feel like progress. The brain does not always interpret almost as failure. Sometimes it interprets almost as a sign. And once that happens, gambling stops looking random. It starts to feel personal. This is where another dangerous illusion enters. Humans are pattern-seeking creatures. We are built to detect regularities in the world. That ability helped our ancestors survive. If a sound in the bushes meant danger, noticing the pattern mattered. If weather changed with certain signs, pattern recognition had value. If certain foods made people sick, connecting the dots was useful. But the same mind that detects real patterns can also invent false ones. In gambling, people begin to feel that outcomes are lining up. A streak starts to look meaningful. A ritual starts to feel effective. A bad run starts to feel like it must soon reverse. A previous loss begins to create the sensation that a win is now somehow due. This is one of the great distortions of human thinking. We often confuse randomness with fairness. We imagine chance as if it should balance itself in front of us. We act as though repeated losses are building toward compensation. But the universe does not keep emotional accounts. Chance does not care how long you have been waiting, and yet the mind resists this. Because it is painful to believe that many outcomes are not messages, not corrections, not signs, but simply events. So the gambler continues, not always because they believe they are guaranteed to win, but because they feel that the next result has become loaded with meaning. The next bet is no longer just a bet. It becomes a turning point, a comeback, a correction, a recovery, a redemption. And that changes everything. Because once gambling becomes psychological recovery, money is no longer just money. It becomes emotional repair. The person is no longer only trying to gain, they are trying to undo. Undo the last mistake, undo the humiliation, undo the pain of losing, undo the feeling of powerlessness. This is why losing can intensify gambling instead of ending it. A rational system would say, "This hurts, so stop." But the emotional system often says, "This hurts, so fix it." And gambling offers a seductive fantasy of immediate repair. One more bet and the loss disappears. One more round and the story changes. One more chance and the self can be restored. This is a dangerous trap because it transforms the game into a promise. Not a real promise, but a psychological one. It whispers that pain can be reversed quickly, that regret can be canceled, that the next moment can erase the last one. Human beings are highly vulnerable to that kind of promise, especially when life already feels uncertain. Gambling becomes even more powerful when it meets people in states of emotional strain. Loneliness, boredom, financial stress, frustration, lack of meaning, low self-worth, and desperation can all make the cycle stronger. In those conditions, gambling is not only stimulation. It becomes escape. It offers intensity. It offers focus. It offers temporary relief from ordinary emotional pain. For a brief period, the world narrows to a single question: will this work? That narrowing can feel strangely alive. A person who feels numb in daily life may feel awake while gambling. A person who feels powerless may feel agency while choosing a bet. A person who feels trapped in routine may feel possibility and risk. So again, the behavior is not only about greed. Often it is about state change. The person is trying to feel different. And modern gambling systems understand this very well. They are not built only around odds. They are built around attention, repetition, near misses, visual stimulation, speed, and emotional momentum. Everything is designed to keep the person inside the loop, not thinking deeply, not stepping back, not reconnecting with the larger picture, just moving from one charged moment to the next. This is why smart people can still get trapped. Intelligence alone does not protect a person from psychological design. A sharp mind can still be overwhelmed by intermittent reward, loss chasing, emotional depletion, and the illusion of control. In some cases, intelligence even helps the person rationalize the behavior more elegantly. They do not think, "I am trapped." They think, "I have a system. I understand this. I was close. I just need one good reversal. This time I will be disciplined." But underneath those thoughts, the same mechanism may still be running. Hope is being manipulated by uncertainty, and hope is hard to surrender. This leads to a deeper implication. Maybe people keep gambling after losing because the human mind is not built to relate well to randomness. We prefer stories to statistics. We prefer signs to chaos. We prefer to believe that persistence will be rewarded, that effort will be recognized, and that pain will eventually justify itself. Gambling takes those very human instincts and places them in an environment that can exploit them. It gives uncertainty a seductive face. It wraps randomness in excitement. It dresses loss in the language of comeback. It turns the next mistake into a moment of hope. And that is why the cycle can feel so intimate. The person is not just fighting a bad habit. They are fighting parts of their own nature, their attraction to possibility, their resistance to accepting loss, their hunger for reversal, their discomfort with randomness, their desire to believe that the next moment can save them. If this is true, then several implications follow. It means gambling is not just a financial issue. It is a cognitive and emotional vulnerability. It means that losing does not automatically teach the lesson people expect. Sometimes losing becomes fuel for further risk. It means that many people do not need better intelligence in the moment. They need distance from the loop. Because once emotion, hope, and near-miss thinking take over, perspective collapses. It means that the most dangerous part of gambling may not be the occasional win. It may be the psychological architecture around the next possible win. And it means that what looks irrational from the outside may actually be disturbingly human on the inside. Because human beings do not only chase pleasure, they chase relief, they chase meaning, they chase restoration, they chase the feeling that a painful story can still be rewritten. So why do we keep gambling after losing? Maybe because the loss itself creates a new emotional pressure that demands release. Maybe because uncertainty is more addictive than certainty. Maybe because near misses feel like progress. Maybe because the mind keeps turning randomness into narrative. Maybe because hope, even when misdirected, is one of the strongest forces in human life. And maybe that is the most unsettling part. The gambler is not always chasing money. Sometimes the gambler is chasing the fantasy that the next moment will redeem the last one. Lucid order. Question everything.